Hey yo, what is up guys? I'm back with my WrestleMania 37 Night 2 review, and we'll kick things off. I actually really like this show. I liked it better than Night 1. I thought the undercard was a lot better. I thought the double main event was awesome, and overall I think the show will be better remembered than Night 1. I just think Night 1 didn't have as strong as a undercard as Night 2 did. So anyways, getting into it. Starting off with The Fiend versus Randy Orton. The entrance for The Fiend was absolutely awesome, and I don't think people notice this, but Randy Orton wore white attire to the ring, and so did Edge at the end of the show, so I don't know if there was like a correlation there or not. Anyways, the match, it felt deadly. It wasn't very long. It definitely felt like a horror-style match, and I know a lot of people didn't like this, but it wasn't very long, and they didn't fuck things up. I actually thought it was pretty decent, so I didn't have an issue with the match. I thought it was cool with like the counters from the RKO into the Mandible Claw. The match end came when Alexa Bliss like reappeared and she was like bleeding all over the place and like distracted the Fiend. Really interesting. I haven't watched Raw yet, so once I do, that might give me some more context to this. But overall, I thought that was a great visual and made the match very distinct and memorable. So next up, we had Tamina and Natalia versus Nijax and Shayna Basler, and overall I thought this match over-delivered. It wasn't as bad as the women's match the day before, where that thing was a complete shit show. I should have just called that match a dud in my review. I didn't want to, but that's pretty much what it was. Anyways, we're talking about this match here, and Natalia and Shayna Baszler really held this match together. Shayna hit this really fucking sick knee on Natalia, which looked like it broke her jaw, or like she looked like she was bleeding from her face after. So, yeah. And there were just some awesome leg locks and brutal looking submissions between the two. So that I really enjoyed the physicality between the two in this match. And Tamina did hit like an awesome splash on Nijax. So, and she also hit a pretty mean looking body slam like Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan. That thing actually, like, that must have been really hard for her to pick up. I mean, Nia Jax must have been really hard for her to pick up. Excuse me. Yeah, but Shayna and Nia retained, and yeah, the match over, in my opinion, delivered. So the next match we had was Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, and it had Logan Paul at ringside, and I don't care for Logan Paul at all or anything like that, so I don't know, it kind of was annoying to have him there. I just find him really annoying overall. Anyways, so Zayn and Kevin Owens, they deliver another really entertaining match again. I thought this was great. I thought they just had awesome suplexes and awesome counters, and they also had an awesome callback to their Battleground 2016 match, which JBL called on commentary, and it came off great. And I thought the match was really fun and very physical, so that one's a huge checkout for me, so I highly recommend checking out that match if you haven't seen it, or I mean you probably have, but it was definitely really good. Following that up, we had Sheamus versus Riddle for the United States Championship, and overall I thought the match was good, and it was a little too fast-paced and rushed, but like it's WrestleMania, so it just seemed like they were just trying to get everything out there. But overall, I thought the match was good. Matt Riddle hit an awesome-looking floating bro onto Sheamus onto the outside of the ring, and the ending was awesome with Sheamus hitting this sick-looking bro kick into Riddle, which busted him open. Man, everyone's getting busted open up on this show. I thought that looked awesome, and the match itself was just super physical. And yeah, not much else to really say, but it was just a really good undercard match for the show. That was a solid United States Championship match, which Sheamus actually ended up picking up the victory, so it's going to be interesting to see where they go with him from here on out. After that, we got our WWE Intercontinental Championship match, which was Big E versus Apollo Crews in a Nigerian drum fight. And I'm just going to say it now, Big E's probably going to be in the main event of next year's WrestleMania. I'm assuming that. It seems like they have like really big things in store for him. The match itself, it wasn't very long. I don't feel like they took full advantage of the stipulation that was presented in front of them. Then, the highlight of the match for me was Big E hitting that Uranagi off the ring to the steel steps on Apollo Crews, and that thing looked absolutely brutal, and that probably sucked. But Apollo Crews then picks up the victory because some guy we've never heard of appears out of the out into the ring and helps him get the victory. So it was okay, I guess. Nothing too special here. So finally, we're at the co-main event of the evening, which was not Nijax, was Asuka versus Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's title, and I felt like this was just way better than Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. This match, both women came off as stars. They came out. They looked like they were ready for a competition. They looked like rock stars. Like, Rhea Ripley's entrance was absolutely amazing. Asuka, again, had an awesome entrance, and again, it felt like a fight, and it felt like just such a competition with both women throwing everything they had at each other and trying everything they could to win the match. And that's just really what I like. That's pro wrestling done right to me, in my eyes, is when it feels like a competition and people are trying to win and not crying before the match starts. And yeah, that's just what I felt. I felt like this was just an awesome, hard-hitting match. And Rhea Ripley, like, she might be the best women's wrestler on the planet. Like, you could very easily make an argument for her. Like, she is that fucking good. Like, her and Asuka are probably, like, my two favorites, and Sasha Banks, but man, like, Rhea Ripley is insanely good, and this is a lady to watch out for. That's really the best way to put it. She's awesome. Asuka's also just great. So just check this match out. It's like my third favorite match of the weekend. So definitely check that match out. So finally, we come to the main event of the evening, which this is how you close a fucking WrestleMania with this match here. This match proved that it deserved to be the main event, and it just lived up to all the hype and all the expectations for it. And Edge just came out, he delivered, he came to play. There's no denying that. Daniel Bryan came to play in this match. Roman Reigns, this is the first WrestleMania main event that he's main evented where I'm like, okay, yes, this guy deserves it. Like, he belongs in the main event of this show. Like, there's no denying that this year. And he was awesome in it. And it was, this match, it made you feel all kinds of things. Like, how do you describe this? It had, like, these awesome moments where you're like, oh, that's really cool and that's awesome. And then there also, like, took you into a direction where it also got dark and edgy, like, especially the ending of the match was just dark and edgy. I mean, the concerto is just such a dark and edgy thing in general. And at first I would kind of question putting Daniel Bryan into the match, but no, his star power definitely helped out, and it really got, everyone came off like a superstar in this match. And Edge, again, like I said, had an awesome attire, an awesome entrance. Same with Bryan, and this is just one of the best matches of the weekend. I don't know if I liked it better than Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre, but it was definitely just an awesome match and the best way to close WrestleMania. It definitely felt like the end game Super Bowl, finale that the show needed. That, like, definitely carried the weight of the show and belonged in the main event. So that's one of the matches I definitely say you have to check out. And overall, I did like Night 2 a lot. I thought it was a great show, and I highly recommend people check it out. I did like it better than Night 1. I know, like, some people didn't, and they thought, like, the main event was kind of dark and stuff, but I thought it was pretty sick. So I definitely say check it out. Anyways, I don't know when I'm going to be back doing another wrestling review or what, so stay posted on that, or if I make another vlog around the corner here, who knows. So I definitely just say wait for that and stay subscribed. So peace, guys.